Cool. Welcome to Friendly Fire.
Welcome to it's a new year.
No, it's not.
It doesn't need to be. It's a new era. It's a new era. I stayed up last night.
I stayed up pretty late. I almost don't even want to talk about it. like there was a part of me that was like, if I don't talk about it, Josh probably won't talk about it, because politics is all I've been talking about in with anybody that isn't another comic for the last month. I've been fully libbed out, watching TikToks.
Antifa Matt was coming out.
Antifa Matt is out, and dude. Today, I'm ready to burn down Targets. Yeah, dude. I was watching. I got in this loophole of watching. There's these two super liberal young white kids that are for real 19 years old, and their names are Dean and Cody or something like that. And they would just argue all the conservative guys who are 40-year-old white guys like Charlie Kirk and Ben Shapiro. And it would just be, I got in a loop of watching those two, those guys just argue about stuff. And I was just
in person they were doing this, or was it them reacting to a reaction?
No, they would do it in person. And this YouTube page called Jubilee does these things where it's one liberal argues against 30 Trump supporters, and they go in the middle, and everybody's circled around. All the Trump supporters are circled around. And they make a claim, and so they would go, Donald Trump is a fascist, and then they count down. They go boop, 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 and then whoever wants to argue all run to the chair, it's crazy. People get checked out of the way, it's nuts, and then whoever gets to the chair first gets to sit down and argue until they get voted out by the other Trump supporters who also want to talk.
Do you know? Did you play football ever? Tackle football?
Yeah.
Did you guys ever do bull in the ring?
Yes.
That's very bull in the ring.
It literally is bull in the ring. it's argue the liberal.
Yeah. Go, Roger, go.
Yeah,
Whistles. Woo, woo. Mm-hmm. What a horrible. We'll get off it already, but what a horrible drill.
Well, I feel
bull in the ring was a horrible drill.
That's one of the ones that I feel I remember them being we can't do, because it would end up somebody would just get fucking blindsided.
If you don't know what it would be, if you don't know what bull in the ring is, it would be one person would go in the middle of a circle, and then the coaches would just call people's name out, and you just run and smoke check the guy. You just hit the person.
Yeah, you just lay them the fuck out.
No benefit.
No, none at all.
It's literally one of those things. They used to do the thing. There was a thing also that we would do in the military that was similar, which was called body hardening. Which would be you would just you do McMap, cool. Which is the martial arts program, and you just punch each other in the leg. You'd dead to kill your nerves and get accustomed to
Yeah, I mean, I get.
I did stupid. I don't think it works. It just hurt. Well, it just sucked the whole time.
Maybe I don't understand the full scope of what a Marine has to do, but how many leg kicks are happening in combat? You know what I mean? They're they might shoot you with an AR-15, but watch for the leg kicks.
The leg kicks. You're gonna fucking check the legs, dude. Check the fucking legs, dude.
I mean, I guess there's something to that. Every once in a while, I come across this video of some I don't know, he looks Filipino-ish, kicking a tree.
Yeah.
And that's what he's doing. He's just getting used to.
He's chopping the tree down.
Yeah, with his legs, over and over again.
He's got to make a hat. He's gonna turn it into a hat.
No, well, that's the beginning of those YouTube videos where then they build a house.
Yeah.
Have you seen those?
You know, those are all fake.
Yeah, I heard that.
They do these things where they fake build these whole hut houses where they go into underneath the ground, and then they build a whole infrastructure. And they were doing all of this, and it was supposed to be in the middle of the jungle like Vietnam. And then some guy just was flying his drone overhand and saw the whole production crew with excavators and bulldozers.
Yeah.
He caught it all.
I think the first tell that those were fake probably would have been, for me, the high-level production crew that was filming the entire thing. If I watched one of those videos in 4K on YouTube that was edited and sped up and slowed down, I would go, maybe these people who are building a house out of mud and trees don't have access to 4K footage and SD cards.
Yeah.
Much less a computer to edit all of this.
Yeah.
So,
They're if you're able to hire somebody off Fiverr to edit your video. You're probably not making mud huts.
Exactly. Yeah, those were big for a while.
Those are big.
It's like things that people would watch before bed and shit like that.
Can we pull up? I've been talking about it too much to not pull it up. I don't know if we're gonna get copyright struck. Pull up Wes Watson, Keys to the Yard.
Oh God, this is like the 4th episode in a row where you've talked about
I need
prison.
to show him though.
Well, let's
go to Walk in the Yard. Wes Watson, Walk in the Yard. Let's click on this. This is. I just want everybody to put a face to the. Okay, I don't know what this is.
I mean,
let's not click on this one. Let's go to Wes Watson. Just type in Wes Watson at the top because I really just want to show how absolutely nuts this man is, and it's the funniest. He goes on funny tangents in the middle of these. Go. The low to high angle is crazy. Can you go down?
Is this the guy who has the trans wife? No, I bet not.
Oh, he's on a no jumper.
I bet he'd be pissed if he heard me say
that.
Actually.
Dude, he would.
Because there is also not to derail, but there's a big buff guy who looks like that, who is like very publicly married to a trans woman, and he's on podcasts all the time with people who are just kind of like, you're married to a man, and he's like, fucking talk about my queen like that. Like that's like every podcast clip I've seen of him is that.
Yeah, you know what? We don't need to pull him up. There's one video I wanted to see. When we're on his page, the GP, these videos are the funniest thing. He's got one where he, in the middle of talking about the rules of prison and the societal structure inside of the prison, he just goes on a tangent about why he's so dark complected because he's like, you got to understand, it's a warrior culture in there. The whites stick with the whites, the Asians with the Asians, the essays with the essays, the blacks with the blacks. And I know I get comments talking about my complexion and how dark I am. It's because when you in there fighting for your life, you're not thinking about wearing sunscreen. and he's like, I'm starving. You think I'm spending my money at the commissary on sunscreen? I'm getting ramen noodles every goddamn day.
That's so
funny.
Also,
in the middle of a rant about sticking to your own race in prison to go, and I'm tan because I didn't buy sunscreen.
That's how embedded he is with being a white guy in prison. He's like, I have to defend the fact that I do tan well.
I do.
I do tan well. I don't know if you know this, the block has a great sunlight. You know, they got a lot of natural light in there, and I tan quite a bit.
He's so scary.
Yeah, that's a scary person.
Because he's also, like, sometimes you see the jacked dudes and you go, well, he's just jacked. But it's like, no, he's been to prison.
No, that guy, it's not only that they're jacked, but he looks volatile.
Yeah, he went to prison for like 14 years.
If you say the wrong thing to that guy, and it could be something you didn't even mean, he will not let it slide.
Yeah, no, he will not.
That's not what you want. Yeah, that guy looks being married to an active escort, it would be kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Nuts. I feel like that would be pretty not chill.
No.
As somebody who's been in an open relationship, I can tell you that was not always chill, and she was just doing it for the love of the game.
Yeah, that wasn't even for profit.
No,
her pussy was non-profit.
No, yeah. She was running a 501c.
Her pussy was a tax write-off.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I don't mean to talk.
No, I don't think she's listening.
That's just funny to call her pussy non-profit.
Yeah, she was a non-profit. It was a non-profit pussy. It was a Goodwill pussy.
It was a good
it was secondhand.
You get a used couch.
It was secondhand for sure.
But he scares me. I also dude, 2 weeks ago, I sent you a thing and we didn't play it on the last episode.
Yeah. Oh, my God. I love how quickly we're burning through topics. It's good. No, it's good.
Yeah.
But we're on.
Yeah,
good.
It's good.
Is it the set?
It's the set. It's the set where I had.
Am I gonna be able to hear it in my headphones?
Well, can you not hear it right now?
I don't know.
Hear what? No, I can't. No, hear the video when you play it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's not it.
I had like the quickest 45-second spaz out. So I went up the little backstory. I went up first on the Saturday late, and when you go up first, your job is basically to not tank the show. That's about it.
Yeah.
Just don't get everybody riled up for no reason. And this crowd there's probably 12, 13 people there, but they were all drunk, too drunk. 10 p.m. Saturday, BYOB,
Classic.
and I'm trying to like herd cats. Like there's a group there's two guys in the front that they're Australian and they're gay and they're being mean. the whole time.
Down under.
Down under.
I
And,
like your tongue down under me
and
bum.
they're just fucking they're being super mean. At the very end, he goes,
The gay guys were being mean?
the gay guys are being mean, and then there's a drunk lady in the back who just would not shut up. So there's 2 people in the front not shutting up, and then a couple in the back not shutting up.
3
and then
women being loud.
and then
Got
there's
it.
4, and then there's a row of like 6 people who are all there for the show.
Okay.
Okay, and so the 2 guys you'll see me look in front, and there's 2 guys, and then in the back I'm talking to the lady in the back.
Good
okay,
context. Okay.
so that's the context, and this is me melting, I held it together for 9 minutes because like maybe it'll get better. I don't want to ruin the show before it
this is
starts.
towards the end.
This is towards the end of my set,
Got it.
right at the front of the show.
Okay.
Racist, I don't need to hear from you again. I don't think anybody needs to hear from you again, by the way. I'm just going to start doing this because I was trying to do the nice thing. I got 30 seconds left. You can shut the fuck up, dumbass. I was trying to cater to you and be nice and be energetic, but I can tell that you guys don't fucking need that, so stop talking. Oh my god. I tell you what, hey Andrew, can you reset my time? I'm going to really get into it now. I think I really want to start talking about some real topics. I tell you what, guys, I am going to get out of here. Thank you guys so much. You guys ready for your next comic? The first comic, guy in the fucking worst shirt I've ever seen. Start clapping right now for the hilarious Andrew Tor, everybody! You know what's funny? It's enough time has passed. That wasn't even a good clip. When it happened, it was so fresh. I was like, I can't wait to show Matt this.
I can't wait to show Matt my epic meltdown.
And then I'm watching it, and I'm just literally being annoyed.
Yeah, like you just seemed like a little bothered.
I saw it at home and I was like, what is he talking about?
John, that's so funny.
I just remembered. I thought it was one of those ones. It wasn't quite as much as if you listen to Probably Wrong or the Triple F. I had a notorious meltdown where I said, it was an argument. It wasn't a meltdown. It was an argument with a man in New Orleans, and I told him he was a tourist.
Dude, yeah.
And I felt my final line was very on par with something stupid. There, I was
that's
like,
the worst shirt I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's what I thought was funny.
I liked it at that point, like, because what it sounded like to me, just an objective view of this that clip, is you had a pretty tough time with them the whole set. They were being annoying. You started addressing it out of anger, and it was getting laughs.
Comics.
Okay, yeah, that's actually pretty good to know. So, but like the room did, and then you were like, okay, I just got to get started. But then at the very end, you went, "You're ugly." Like,
yeah.
Like when you didn't, you were like, "All right, this next comic coming to the stage, worst shirt I've ever seen."
yeah. That's what I thought was.
You did like a Trump during the debate kind of thing, where it's like, the thing about the finances is you're gay, like you did that. You were just like, I can't help it. I hate you.
I hate you. You are a horrible person.
Nothing will ever be like, because you do this when you're mad. You just say, I mean, we all do this. You just say something to like, but it doesn't have to make sense. I mean, that guy's shirt probably was ugly, but the timing, the placement of it made no sense. You just had to get it in. And like the best, I mean, the New Orleans one is the best example of that.
That one was just, that one was just mainly.
That one was rage.
Yeah.
I want to tell it briefly for people who haven't heard it.
Yeah.
We were in New Orleans, and we were at Café du Monde, which is where you get like beignets, and it's like a packed courtyard. And there was this big white dude. LSU was playing like Florida State, so there was a bunch of people from Florida there, and we were there from Florida also at the time. And there was this big dude walking around he had bought a painting that was like all wrapped up, and he was bumping into people with it, and he was being like, "Sorry, hit you with my package." And I'm talking, this guy might have been seriously 70 yards away from us. And at one point, Josh goes, "If that guy comes over here, it's going to be a problem." It was like very heavy foreshadowing. And eventually, I mean, he does make his way over there, and he does that to me. He bumps into me, and he goes, "Sorry, I'm sorry, I got my package on your arm." And Josh immediately goes, "Hey, don't fucking touch him." Like immediately. Without, like, there was no, and then they start going, he's like, "Oh, I'm just fucking around, fuck you, blah, blah, blah." the guy starts calling Josh a faggot. Like, I mean, like he's like, yeah, a faggot. And they're like going back and forth. And to be fair, this guy was being annoying. Josh was right. But in the fit of his rage, he went, you go fuck yourself, you fucking tourist. And like we were both there from the same state. Like we were also tourists. And it was just like it was and then the guy ended up leaving, and then like the smoke settles, and like me and Jeff are just kind of like, what did that part mean?
I'd like to go back to the tourist line, I think.
Yeah, I think I'd like, now that we're all calmed down, I would like to revisit.
Let's revisit
what you could have possibly meant by that. Yeah.
That was a good one. That was
watching you rage out is one of my favorite things. I don't get to see it as often anymore.
Yeah, it's been under control. It's been under control. I no longer, somebody messaged me and said, because I mentioned breathing techniques, and they said that's gay, and I'm on their side again.
You think breathing, okay.
It took one guy going, why are you doing breathing techniques? That's gay. And I went, you're right.
Some guy said that?
Yeah, he DM'd me.
Like, because you didn't even clip that out. Some guy who listened to the podcast, whole podcast.
He was a fan of the pod till you mentioned breathing techniques. That's gay. And then I went, you're right.
That's wild.
I'm not breathing at all anymore, dude. I'm
dude.
exhaling whenever the fuck I want now,
maybe
dude.
Taking something inside of me that calms me down is gay.
It is, yeah, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Gay in the 90s context, gay.
Yeah.
Not.
Well, if taking something inside you calms you down,
bro.
That could be gay in the actual sense of homosexuality, for sure.
Pause, bro.
But I don't even say words like that anymore now that I'm fully lived out.
Yeah, now that Trump is going to be back for another 4 years.
Now that Trump's back in office, I'm PC now. I won't say retard or gay or faggot anymore. Not that I ever said those.
Why would you not say it now?
So I'm trying to take a stance.
What's the stance?
That I'm better.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm better than you guys.
Nothing is more annoying than watching comedians on any significant event of any local comedians, I'll say, maybe is more objective. Like people that have never, somebody who you wouldn't respect as a comedian that does like open mics like once every 2 weeks going, and I don't even want to hear from my comedian friends about this topic on like Facebook, and it's like, well, you know that you're not like a comic.
Yeah.
It's like you can't be like, it's this over. You can't make a joke right now at a time like this. Trump is going to be running for another 4 years, because people are like shooting off like whatever the Trump joke was after the election. And I saw multiple people from like places where I like did comedy at like years ago, like Iowa, or like people from Denver who just do open mic. And it's like, well, you don't have you can't, get a telecomics.
You don't want people to do jokes about this because you can't write a good joke about anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, this is not a time to talk about this. And it's like, well, it's always a time to talk about anything.
I mean, Facebook, I want them to do that. I want people to make jokes and argue, because that's what else am I gonna read?
Yeah, dude. Facebook at midnight is when it's like a Tuesday and you're in your bed and you're just like, fuck, I need to go to bed. But then you're like, let's go see what's on Facebook right now.
Yeah, open Facebook and it's somebody who's like, I don't know, Israel. And you go, fuck, here we go.
My mom texted me and went, she went, bad news, ... And I went, oh, okay, what? And then she was like, can you call? And I'm like, oh my God, my dad died. That's like where my brain went. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Like, can you call? And then I call, and she goes, your cousin Brian's getting divorced. And I went, I don't give a fucking shit. I don't fucking care.
What the fuck?
Why would you precede the message with that?
That's so your cousin Brian's getting a divorce.
Can you call?
You're like, I don't even know his wife's name.
Yeah,
what
I don't. And she was like,
can you call thing, that could have been a
hey,
bad news.
First of all, you don't even need to tell me.
Yeah.
Hey, I haven't seen Brian. I haven't seen Brian in fucking 10 years. Good, I guess. Is he getting divorced? Good. I want him to get divorced.
Yeah.
I want him to get divorced. Cool.
I don't care about his happiness.
I don't care. Is he getting divorced? Sick. Hey.
Great.
Hey, I'm not gonna step out of this Chipotle to call you. That's crazy. I lost my spot in a line.
Yeah, to call
my mom because I thought my dad was dead.
They ran out of medium salsa while I was stepping out. This is the worst thing that's ever happened
Also,
to me.
this fucking happened at Chipotle. I'm done with Chipotle too. Now that we're started, I'm gonna talk about it.
Bro, I doubled back to Chipotle, and the last time I had it, it was gas.
Dude,
but I want to hear.
I went to Chipotle.
Yeah, please.
And I went in there, and it was 8:45.
Okay.
The Chipotle I was going to closes at 10 p.m.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm the only one in there, and they're in that process of they're kind of starting to close the stations. They're moving the things from the cooling bin to like the counter behind them instead of the one that's like out in front on the display.
Yeah.
You know, they're trying to like not put all the ingredients in to have to spoil them for the next day.
Okay.
And so I go up there and I'm like, I just want a bowl. I want like a steak. I want rice, beans, steak, and whatever else. And she was like, well, we only have like, we don't have a lot of steak left. I can't give you a full serving of steak. Do you just want that plus another meat? And so I was like, sure. So she gives a little scooper, and she has like half a scoop of like the scooper of steak because that's all that's left. And then she was like, what else do you want? And they only had chicken left. And I'm also, yeah, sure, I'll get chicken. So I got chicken. And then I do the checkout thing, and they tried to charge me, and I went double chicken, right? Double chicken. And they tried to charge me for double steak because I had steak in it with extra chicken. And I was like, are you out of your fucking mind? And I was like talking to like a 15-year-old, and I was like, that's crazy though. And she's like, well, yeah, you got steak. And I was like, I didn't even get a full serving of steak. I got 1/2 of a cup, and then I got double chicken. I got a cup and a half of chicken and a half a cup of steak, and you're gonna charge me for double steak? Are you fucking stupid? And this lady was like, I'm arguing. I literally was like mad because I was also like I was hangry too.
Yeah.
And then Ariel's like, calm down. I'm like, you better shut your mouth.
I'll deal with you later.
Like 1930s. I'm like, you better fucking talk when spoken to.
Hey, we wouldn't be in this problem if you cook every once in a while.
Yeah. And so I'm like, I had that. And then I was like, I need to talk to a manager. And then I talked to the manager, and the manager was like, well, I mean, you get charged for steak even if it's not a full serving. I'm like, well, that's crazy. They were like, if you get any amount of steak, it overrules the chicken.
You better fucking hope if you're getting chicken that a piece of steak wasn't in that container. You are fucked, brother.
I was so close. This is how mad I was. I was so close to leaving a Yelp review.
Yeah.
I was so mad that I was like, I'm gonna give him a 1-star.
Yeah,
I've never felt that way ever in my life.
Recently, I will say it is crazy, and it's also awful customer service. And this is the problem with corporate America, by the way. I told you I'm lived out. Is Chipotle is such a big company, they don't care about customer service. A local mom and pop place would never go, well, the policy is since you got steak. They would go, you got double chicken and like a little bit of steak. We're going to charge you for double chicken. And even Chipotle, it's a multi-million-dollar corporate. What the fuck
what
do you
are you talking about?
The $4 matters to me.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah, that's fucking
What are you
crazy.
talking about?
I'm anti-Chipotle now, dude.
Yeah.
I'm going to Moe's Southwest Grill from now
fucking
on.
Moe's only, dude.
Dude, I had a thing like that too where I almost left a review. I almost called to like ask for higher ups. I went and played golf.
I'm gonna tell on you.
I was ready, dude. I went and played golf at this course I'd never been to. It was very nice, and I left the rangefinder where you get the distance has a magnet, and you put it up on your like the golf cart thing. It's there on.
You
purpose.
have a rangefinder.
Yeah,
like a sniper.
It's like a rangefinder. It calculates. Some of them
crazy.
calculate slope. If you're aiming at a pin downhill, it'll give you the raw number, and it'll give you with slope, because if you're hitting downhill,
nuts.
You don't have to hit it as far uphill. You have to hit it for it's
what?
Yeah, you got to know how far. All the clubs go different distances.
They give those to snipers.
Yeah,
you guys are using them to fucking tee off.
I also have one.
Yeah, dude.
We're kind of the same. Yeah.
That's sick.
So a thing that happens really commonly for a lot of people is you get your bag, you get done at the end, and you forget that that's on the magnet is up there. So you forget your rangefinder. And rangefinder is like $200. Like, they're not cheap. And so I left mine. I realized the next day I talk to a guy on the phone, and he goes, yeah, what kind is it? I tell him what kind. He goes, we got a lot just like that. And I was like, it has a purple battery in it, because I had just replaced the battery. He's like, oh, yeah, I found it. Okay. And I leave him my name, my number. He goes, cool, I put your name and your number on it, so just come pick it up whenever. I go, okay, I'll come in tomorrow. This place is 30 minutes from where I live. So I go back the next day. I get there. They go, oh, yeah, okay. And they're looking for it, and they can't find it. And I'm like, okay, well, what are we going to do? because I'm here. Where would it have been? And there's a tub full of them. They're looking. It's not there. I asked the guy I was like, will you text Jacob, who I talked to? And he was like, yeah. And he was like, yeah, he said he found it and he put your name on. I don't know. It's like weird. And I was like, okay. And he was like, I don't know what else to do. Maybe you can come back in when Jacob is here or like whatever. So I was like, this is annoying as fuck, but like whatever, okay? Like it wasn't going to be a big deal. I call back when Jacob is supposed to be there. He's not there. I talk to somebody else. Oh, he's supposed to be here. Okay, give him a call. Tell him to call me back. Give him a number. And it's like a week and a half passes. And I'm like calling back. And then I call again and I get Jacob and he goes, I have to talk to my head pro. And we'll figure out what to do because that's the terminology is you have like a golf professional and he usually oversees. I don't know why he would oversee this, but that's who I needed to talk to. And he was like, I want to make this right. I know we had it. I don't know where it would be. So I want to make this right. Let me talk to him. Another 4 days goes by. Don't hear anything. So I finally call back and I go, hey man, like, and at this point I'm pretty frustrated. So but I'm being nice. I go, hey man, like I've been calling. My name's Matt. I left my rangefinder there. You guys found it and then you lost it. I was just trying to figure out who I need to talk to or what's going on. And unbeknownst to me, it's the head pro on the phone. And he snaps on me fucking immediately. He goes, let's just get one thing fucking clear. You lost your rangefinder. We did not lose your rangefinder. And I was like, what? And he was like, you keep calling here telling us we lost your rangefinder. We didn't lose it. You left it behind. And I was like, and then I explained what I just explained to you. I'm like, he said he put my name on it. I heard him fucking see, I heard it all happen. He saw the purple battery, like I'm like, and like, but I'm saying all this really calm, but that's inside. And he just keeps going off on me. He's like, you keep calling here, accusing us of stealing your shit, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, bro, you're attacking me right now, and I am being so nice. I'm just trying to follow up with something that your employee, Jacob, told me. By the way, another one of your employees has a text from Jacob on his phone that I read that said, I found it. It's in the drawer with his name and number on it. And he was like, well, that's not even our policy, man. Our policy isn't even to do that. You have to come in person and identify it because I don't know if you know this, but one of the biggest scams that happens across golf courses all over the nation is people come in saying that they lost their rangefinder and they get a new one for free. And I was like, do they usually follow up for 2 weeks every fucking day to do this? Do you think this is worth my time? And like, dude, he was like, well, why don't you're just going to have to handle this with Jacob. I was like, I would love to. I don't want to talk to you anymore. And then he was like, well, just text him. And I was like, I don't have his number, bro. I don't know him. I don't know him. I don't know you. I was at another golf course, just like hitting golf balls. I swear to God, I was this close to driving there just to see if he would talk to me like that in person.
Yeah, let's go back.
I wanted to start shit so bad. I was so furious.
Did you get the rangefinder?
He gave me Jacob's number, and when
turns out Jacob ate it.
Yeah. You didn't see Jacob, but yeah. Jacob's a nice guy. Jacob's the hero of this story because he goes, all right, you ready for the number? And I go, yep. And he gives me the number and he goes, all right. And I go, go fuck yourself. And I hung up. And then I went in the next day. Jacob was there. He gave me a rangefinder. He gave me a nicer rangefinder and all is squashed. He gave me a free bucket of balls. I hit the balls. But I for real, at one point, I went to Grey Rock Golf Club, by the way.
Leave a bad review.
In Austin, Texas.
Don't actually leave a bad review. I don't know if that legally can get us in trouble.
As long as you don't say it was from me, say the head pro. I forget his fucking name. I think it's Kevin. I don't know, though. Because I looked up the Grey Rock Instagram, and then I looked...
You're a psycho. You're like, what's this motherfucker look like? Go to the following of that.
I was trying to go to I went to the following of that. I looked his name up. I couldn't find it because I was ready, dude. I was ready to tag him in a fucking story.
Be like, hey, motherfucker.
Yeah, and just be like, hey, by the way, like I was just so locked in on.
You never know who you're talking to, Kevin.
Yeah, I don't know if you know this, Kevin.
You might be getting your shit blasted in front of the whole audience of Friendly Fire. You fucking dumbass.
I don't know if you know this, but 2,000 people watch my story every once in a while.
You
Kyle.
fucking pussy. I'm
Yeah,
gonna fuck
idiot.
you up, Kevin.
Dude, but it was
I'll fuck him up out of principle.
Dude, for real.
You know what you should do? Throw a fucking rangefinder through his window
Yeah.
with a purple battery in it.
And then I still have to go back and
And then
get
go,
it.
and then go back. Hey, I think I left the rangefinder through your window. He's like, oh, Jacob actually found it.
You're gonna have to text Jacob.
You're
to
gonna
get
have to
this
text
one back.
Jacob to get this back.
But it was just crazy because
Text Jacob, see what he's doing. Dude.
I should, dude. I think I deleted the text from him. I was like clearing out my phone, but like it would be funny to get Jacob on the phone right now and be like,
Like,
hey,
Jacob, will you tell your side of the story?
Yeah. But it was crazy. It was just crazy because it was like the Chipotle thing where you go, I have a reasonable request here.
Yeah, hey.
And now you're being the crazy person.
Yeah.
But then they make you crazy.
Yeah.
But you can't give in.
No.
At Chipotle, it's a little different. At Chipotle, you can go, the fuck do you guys know?
What do
Fuck
you? Yeah, you're 16.
I would have, no. You know what? I would say I would have done this, but it would be something that I just absolutely
Nobody if somebody goes, if that would have happened to me, I would have done this. Hey, no, you wouldn't have.
I would have done what you did. I would have bitched at them. And then I would have gone, that's fucking crazy. And
Under
then
your breath.
Yeah. I'd have been like, this is fucking nuts.
I know exactly. I've seen you do that in person where you know what you do? You're confrontational the way that like a girlfriend will be, where you'll be like leaving the room and you'll be like, well, I'm gonna leave a bad review. Like you'll be like, yeah. You'll hang up. You'll call and go, you're not gonna talk to me that way, and hang up. As you're already hanging up, like you throw
go fuck
in
yourself.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, dude, I don't like confrontation. But my thought immediately was get the bowl, accidentally drop it on the floor.
Yeah.
But then you just paid for it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
You're the one who doesn't have dinner now. And guess what costs more than double steak? Double steak again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Double T squared.
That would be fun.
Steak squared.
You pay for it, you open it, you check it, and then you just dump it out, and then you calmly walk back to the beginning.
You guys have double steak. That's where you
can I
need
get a
fuck
bowl?
you money, because that's like actually, I think that's what fuck you money is when you go, you know what? I'll do it. I'll spend $25.
To prove a point.
Throw it on the ground and go, I'm going to get back in line.
And then make them make me another bowl.
Yeah.
Remind them that they work at Chipotle.
Remind them that they work at Chipotle. And I don't know if you know this, but our Patreon on Probably Wrong still makes $115 a month because dumbasses didn't cancel their subscription.
Yeah, cancel your, well, we should delete it. But,
It's been getting, people have been leaving it for, it's been like 9 months.
if you're here,
Cancel your subscription,
if you're
please.
here and you're like, I'm here because Probably Wrong isn't a podcast anymore, and you're a Patreon member, cancel your subscriptions.
It's
We're
making
not
me
posting
anxious.
there. Yeah, we don't want to take your money, but we also
do wanna
aren't
take
going to
your money,
turn
though.
away your money.
Yeah, we need the money because we're trying to start a GoFund. Here's my idea. I'm going to start a GoFundMe for a new GoFundMe.
A GoFundMe for a GoFundMe?
Yeah, I'm going to create a new version of GoFundMe. So I'm going to use the money from a GoFundMe account to create a competitor of GoFundMe, another charity organization.
Okay, I like this.
And so the whole concept is we're going to cut out the middleman.
It's actually
We're going to cut out the middleman. We're going to cut out GoFundMe for my new GoFundMe.
So you're going to make a GoFundMe.
Yes.
People are going to give you money.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to use that startup money to
Make a new startup or make a new fundraiser.
Yeah, and it would just be called what? Like, give me
Go
shit.
fund yourself.
Hey, go fund yourself.
Hey, you want to do something? How about this? How about you go fund yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, I have to go and get my own rangefinder? Go fund yourself.
Yeah. I actually have a link I need to send you. Just to go fund yourself.
Go fund.
Well, it's like a GoDaddy. GoFundYourself.godaddy.com because we can pay for the actual domain.
Yeah, I don't want to fork over the $18 a year it is to pay for go fund yourself.
That's a good idea.
What? Don't take that if you're listening. If that was actually a good idea, don't fucking take that. I'll sue the shit out of you for intellectual property.
That's the kind of thing that I could see being like a viral YouTube story from like earlier 2000s. It's like this teen started a GoFundMe and raised enough funds to start his own version of GoFundMe. Yeah.
Damn, Daniel, back at it again with the GoFundMe. Dude, what the fuck was that, by the way?
I never got that one. I love Vine, and I think that might have even been post Vine if I'm thinking about it right. But yeah, like there's a ton that I'm like, look at all those chickens. I love that shit, dude. What the fuck, Richard? That's my best one.
I sneezed. I'm not allowed to sneeze.
I'm sneezing. I'm allowed to sneeze.
I'm not allowed to sneeze anymore.
Yeah, like those are great. But the Dan Daniel ones, that motherfucker was on the Ellen show.
Yeah, dude.
He was on like Jimmy Fallon. Speaking of people on Jimmy Fallon,
the booms,
dude.
Bring the booms.
AJ and Big Justice and the Rizzler have made it to the tippity top. They're on late night TV.
Hey, here's an idea. What if we all killed ourselves?
Listen, I get where you're coming from.
What if we, instead of watching the late night show with a bunch of people from YouTube going boom, boom, what if we all shot ourselves in the head?
Yeah.
We could all kill ourselves, and if we all kill ourselves, Jimmy Fallon's ratings will tank.
Yeah.
I will. Okay. I'm team. I've been thinking about this.
Are you?
Do you ever see?
Okay,
do you ever?
Go.
Sorry, I'm not sure.
No.
I've sometimes will see a photo of myself, and I go, "Oh, I'll see how I look," and I go, "Oh, I don't deserve to live."
No,
I go, "This is." I go, "Oh, I'm scaring people when I walk around the town."
Sometimes I'll see a bad picture of myself and be like, "That's not what you really look like, dude. You're way hotter than that."
I see a photo of myself and I go, "I'm a goblin. Like, put me in a cave."
No, I've never. That's.
And also, if you see two ugly people that are together and they look like they're happy, gross. I don't want. That's. You piss me off when I see ugly people together that are enjoying themselves. You see like a couple and they have like a baby and it's like, well, that's child abuse, that your faces are going to merge together to make one super face.
Here's what I think about when I see two ugly people together. Attractiveness is not totally objective, but like a hot chick is a hot chick. A hot guy is a hot guy. Those ugly people at some point had to just realize that they're both settling for each other.
Yeah.
The guy still wants to fuck a girl who looks like Margot Robbie.
Yes.
The girl still wants to fuck Channing Tatum or somebody like that.
Yeah.
Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling for sure.
And not that
Wes Watson.
Not that Wes Watson, that's who she wants. Wes Watson would dig out a fat chick for sure.
Oh, bro.
I don't want to talk bad about Wes Watson. He scares me, honestly.
No, dude, he would get the keys to her yard.
But it is funny because, like, obviously, I'm not saying that other attractive people are fucking people that are like super star level attractiveness. But I don't know, man. It's weird. Like,
there is
both
such
of those people are. I feel bad. Like,
no, there is such.
Both of those people are gross.
It's like action figures. Kiss.
Yeah,
you go fuck. Kiss. There is a level of attractiveness that you can achieve that is life changing. Like Ashton Kutcher was working as a waiter and in Iowa.
Yeah.
And some talent agent was like, "That guy's so hot, he should be the star of a show."
That's
what happened. So you can be that hot. Now you can't be that ugly where you can't be working and somebody goes, "You need to get inside." You can't.
You know what though? You can't be that ugly. You can be that fat.
Yes, you can be that fat.
You can be so fat that people just want to see how you live your life.
My 600-pound life?
Yeah. 1,000-pound sisters?
Yeah.
You can get to a level of fatness where TLC goes, "We're going to do 10 seasons of this."
We're going to do...
Like, immediately, what happened is, like, most people that are that fat probably don't leave their house that often, but they ventured out into the wild and somebody saw, it's the opposite of the Ashton Kutcher thing.
Yeah.
Some talent agent, some producer at TLC saw them and were like, "Holy shit, how did you get out of the house?" How did you make it? No, for real. What do you
guys have like
we got to film how you got out of your house.
Do you guys have like French doorway? Like French doors?
You can't fit out of a normal door.
Yeah.
That's for sure. You can't sit in a normal car.
You can't, yeah.
They don't, though. The sisters, they are in the back of a van that has like all the seats removed and shit.
Just rolling around like groceries.
In a bad car wreck if they would even die. Like if they're so compact in this car, like the airbags would go off and just be like
it would push them through the ceiling. It would be like they would turn every car into a Flintstone car. Their legs would shoot through the floor, and their heads would be, and they have to run.
They're not going to do that.
They're not going to run.
They're not going to do that.
Well, that's
I don't want to be fat shaming.
No, here's the thing. If you're in the 1,000-pound club as a human, are they 1,000 pounds? They're
I
not
think
1,000.
together combined, they're 1,000.
They're probably five,
I
6
think,
bills.
I think one of them has gotten pretty skinny, and it's gotten worse for her. Something happens to your body when you get that fat. It doesn't matter how
Yeah, you become
much
you become a
lose
flying
weight.
squirrel.
It doesn't. And then one of them got arrested for meth recently, I believe.
Oh my
Holy
God.
shit. Okay. Oh, but good on her. That's great.
Which one? Where are the good ones?
Well, I mean, none of them are good, but you
Oh.
know, that is insane for where she was. I mean, look at the down here. Can you look? I think one of them got arrested for drugs recently.
Where do you put her? Out back?
The good thing is you're always in solitary confinement if there's only 1,000-pound sister star arrested for drugs. Well, okay, well that makes sense how she lost all that weight. You're on meth. That's so funny. Yeah.
Oh man.
Labor Day at the Tennessee Zoo on drug and child endangerment charges. She got arrested for drugs at the zoo? That's crazy. That's so funny. Why did she?
They're like, why is that elephant smoking meth? Okay,
She
that
had
was rude. I'm
possession
gonna.
of-
That was. I bombed.
marijuana
chill.
and paraphernalia? Oh, she was just smoking weed at the zoo
Who hasn't?
with kids.
Dude,
with her
I
kid?
had when I was having my psychosis episode, and I thought I was going crazy. I thought when I was having during the pandemic, when I was having MTBs, a mental breakdown. A mental breakdown.
I like that a lot.
mental breakdown. I went to the zoo to try to calm myself down. Worst idea.
You went to the zoo?
Yeah, we walked around and I was
Oh,
just like, I remember a giraffe. They had an exhibit where the giraffe, you could pet a giraffe. We went to the petting zoo, and and the giraffe freaked. It made it worse.
Yeah, of course.
I
There's
was
some
looking at a zebra
big-
tower.
Some big freakish, like defiance of God animal just looking down
Down
on
at
you
me, and I was
this,
like,
and you're
yeah.
he knows I'm freaking out.
Yeah, he can tell.
Just Josh freaking out petting goats. He's like, it's okay. It's okay.
Because I thought, I swear on everything, I was going schizophrenic.
Yeah.
That is a fear. With it being in my family, and whenever I have massive panic attacks, I go, this is it. This
Like,
is it.
This is the break.
This is the one.
Yeah, which probably doesn't help the panic. Of
It
the
makes
attack.
it worse.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Because I'll go, fuck.
Every once in a
Oh,
while,
fuck.
I get in a conversation, like OCD will get brought up, and I'll be like, I have a friend who like actually has it, and I'll tell the thing of you checking your car at night.
Yeah.
Because that's the greatest.
Yeah.
I think people. I mean, not that I don't want to do this spiel for you. But
No.
when people hear OCD, they think of another TLC documentary that they watched of a guy who has to put 4 things of deodorant on and touch the corner, which is also OCD.
Yeah.
But then I describe when you would wake up in the middle of the night, check that your car was locked because you weren't afraid of people breaking in. You were afraid of somebody committing a crime, leaving the murder weapon in your car, and then you getting framed for murder.
Yeah. I used to do that. When I was in high school, you know what's nuts? I didn't even think, I just thought that's what life was.
Yeah.
I just thought life was a giant, when my OCD, when I realized what OCD, like, okay, because I was 17, I didn't realize I had OCD. So I just thought life was a giant game of like checking your car to make sure people didn't murder someone and put evidence in your car. I mean, I would stop. When I first started getting the symptoms, I would stop everything I was doing. I would be doing homework and I would just be like, okay, I went to work today and I know I locked the outside of my car, but I don't know if I locked the trunk. And when I was gone at work, somebody could have easily taken a body and put it in the trunk, and now I'm going to get framed for murder.
Wow.
And so I would just stop everything in the middle of like homework and just go check my trunk.
That's not what life is like.
Yeah, well, I did that for 6 months straight. And then I joined the Marines.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. If you're like to like
I would be
be,
a crazy drill instructor if I was like,
I think you just wanted to kill people.
yeah. He's just like, is there a body in my trunk? Where can I go?
Where can I
fuck people?
put one?
Where can I go where I can dispose of a body for our country?
I'm trying to think the last time I had like a real bad OCD fit where it was like I got into the habit of checking to make sure everything was fine. Well, you saw the
last one I remember was the stove situation.
we were leaving to go to, we were going down to Oklahoma and we left the house. And for whatever reason, I cooked that day and I cleaned the pan. And I did this I never do this. I washed the pan off, and we have like a drying rack, and it was completely packed. So I took the pan and I just put it back on top of the stove, and then I left. And then I was convinced that for some reason I turned the stove on to try to dry the pan before we left. Like
another thing you've never done.
Another thing I've never done. Heat the pan up to dry it. Never done that.
Yeah.
So then I was convinced. We were like an hour into the drive, and I was like, we have to turn around.
Yeah.
We have to turn around.
For real, you turned like green. Like you were
losing
so
my mind.
anxious. And then Jeff and Jack are in the back like, yeah, you probably did leave it on, bro. Yeah, the house is probably in flames right now. And I was like, I felt like a mom like with her kids. And like one of them was having a bad time and the other two were like, you're gay. Like whatever. I'm like, kids. I was like, guys, cut it out. He's not having a good time.
It's not funny anymore,
serious,
guys.
Josh, you definitely didn't leave the stove on. And then there was a part of me where I was like, did he leave the fucking stove on? If the house burns down, that would be a problem.
That would stink.
Yeah. Our neighbors don't know who we are.
No.
They wouldn't call us.
No.
We'd have no idea.
No, I did meet the neighbor. Okay.
How was that? I'm so not a neighbor guy.
I know.
You met one of the neighbors?
People in Austin are neighbor people. The neighbor, so we have a neighbor, I talked about it last episode, I think, but they have a fucking ring cam. Our neighbor has a ring cam facing our door. And it drives me up a fucking wall.
Yeah.
And
doesn't help probably that you have OCD and anxiety disorder.
It was so I'm like I go outside. I'm on my way to leave to go to a show, and the neighbor's like, hey, I didn't like. She steps outside and she's like, hey, I'm so sorry. I'm like, I'm Kathy. Nice to meet you. I'm obviously live right here.
Crazy. We've lived there for a year, over a year.
And this is what she said. She goes, I was just curious. I'm expecting a package. It said it got delivered 3 days ago, and I checked my ring cam footage, and it looked like you guys had a package delivered 3 days ago. I just want to make sure that wasn't my package. And I was like, what? I was like, no, I didn't steal your package. And it confirmed the fucking thing I thought, which is that she fucking watches us.
Well, as somebody who's had 2 packages stolen from his apartment complex, like in like 2 months, I think she probably was just making sure that I don't think she's watching it all the time, but she definitely went back to that time and it's just the fact that she has the capability of being like, I saw something that happened at your house on a camera that I have on mine.
Yeah.
I want to make sure.
I feel like that's crossing the line. It's also accusatory, which I don't like.
No, I think she's saying that maybe they delivered it to the wrong house and you haven't checked.
It was like 3 days ago.
Yeah, you guys would have known.
We would have known that. I would have looked at it and went, I'm not going to say that. Whatever. 08. Oh, I'm 07.
Or you would have looked and gone, oh, I'm not Kathy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have went, sick. I guess I'm going to open up a fucking dish rack a new dish rack.
Here's the thing, though. I have friends who are upstanding citizens, live in nice places. And I was talking to somebody recently, and their apartment complex has like a locked room where you can get, and she was like, yeah, recently I brought somebody's package up to my apartment because it was in my section and it wasn't mine. And I was like, oh. And she was like, yeah, it had some cool stuff in it. I was like, why didn't you take it back? And she was like, I was already upstairs.
Yeah, that's
and
all
I was
it
like,
takes.
that sucks. Yeah, that sucks.
That does suck.
Because you easily could have been like freebie or whatever.
Yeah.
But so I get. I mean, I don't know that I would view it as just like her accusing. I think, but I could see. I don't think that if I had a ring cam and a package said it got delivered and then it wasn't there, and then I could see that across the hall my neighbor also got a package delivered. I don't think, after living there for a year and never having introduced myself, the first time I would be to be like, hey, by the way, the footage I have of you.
Hey, I was reviewing my daily footage, my daily intake of you.
I was going through my footage of you, and I realized that you got a package the same day I did. Is it mine by any chance? I would just go, hey, Amazon, give me my shit back.
I would go, hey, Amazon, send me another thing.
Yeah, which they do.
All the time.
Yeah. They both packages that I've gotten taken off my doorstep, you have to wait like 48 hours or something, and then you can tell Amazon and they just refund you. which is good. It's good to see.
Go
Amazon.
fund yourself.
Yeah, go fund yourself.
I want to read a joke that I wrote. I wrote a joke. I wrote a joke that will never make it to stage because there's no way for it to make it on stage. I was at the. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I don't know if you are. Okay.
I'm ready.
All right. Are you ready?
All
right. Yeah, I went to the zoo and I was looking around. I saw the peacocks. I was like, yeah, these are cool, but where are the poop vaginas?
I feel like you've told me that one before.
Hey, where are the poop vaginas at?
Yeah, that's.
Hey guys, I'm at the zoo and I see the peacocks. Where are the poop?
Where are the poop vaginas?
What's the deal with poop vagina?
I was driving. I want you to read another one. I was driving up to where I don't remember where I was going, but I saw a peacock in the road. This is not a joke. This is a thing that happened, and it was just like walk. It was in like a neighborhood, like walking across the street, and I was like, "That's wild." And I looked, and there was a sign. It was like wildlife habitat, and I was like, "Oh, it's just going. It's just going home." It was like a real, just like a. I was in my car alone and I went, "Oh, that's crazy. Where's that thing going?" And then I looked and I was like, "Oh, it's just in it. Like it's going. It's just heading in for the night."
Oh, it's just.
That wasn't. It's not a joke.
Do you ever?
It's just a thing.
Do you ever think about Do you ever think, like, okay, we had a spider in our house. It was upstairs.
Lions, where are the truthins? All right, keep going. Anyways, okay.
You guys ever notice that food stamps taste like regular stamps?
Okay.
Or I had a spider up in my upstairs. My lady she's very much team kill the spider. I'm not team kill the spider. I don't believe in it.
You're catch and release?
I'm catch and release on the spiders.
That's crazy.
And so I get the spider and then I take it and I put it outside. And then I was like, that's nuts.
Yeah.
I just fucking forced it
It's so far away.
so far away.
It'd almost be easier to kill it.
Yeah.
Imagine if you accidentally walked into like the wrong business. You're like, "Oh, fuck. I'm in the wrong place." And then they were like, "Okay, well, we're sending you to Africa."
Yeah, now you have to live in you have to live in Zimbabwe now.
Yeah.
You're like, what?
I mean, you can go back. It's just gonna take you fucking forever.
Do you ever have that fear of getting sent to Zimbabwe? No. Do you ever have the fear whenever I travel? I don't know if this is again an OCD thing.
Okay.
I have this fear that out of nowhere a terrorist attack happens and I'm stuck in like Connecticut.
Well, like a big national thing, like a bad, like we get invaded,
Yeah.
like something
like
crazy
I'm like
happens
I'm on the
and
way.
you're not home.
Yeah, like I'm on the way to like let's say it's day 2 of like a tour and we're like now in New Orleans and we were back living in Florida and it's like now something happens. Now my whole apocalypse is just trying to get home.
Yeah.
I want an apocalypse where I'm already at home and I can fucking have a base and go out from there. I don't want to spend my apocalypse traveling to the previous home only to find out that the previous home has been completely destroyed. It's been months. And now I'm like devastated.
Yeah. I've never once had that thought. Like, I'm not kidding. Never once have I had that thought. Also, if we're talking like apocalyptic shit, like for real, like shit is going bad, I'm out pretty quick.
You're done. You're dead.
Done. Like I'm like I'm not like when I watch anything like The Last of Us or whatever that was, or like The Walking Dead. It doesn't seem like they're just like dirty all the time. Everybody they know's
Dead.
Fucking dead.
Or a zombie.
Or a zombie. It's like, why do you want to be around? I don't want to be the person to rebuild civilization.
Yeah, I offer nothing.
I also don't think I'm strong enough for that.
Physically or mentally?
Both.
I have a bad back.
I have a bad back.
I would be, I think my concern is whether or not I get to fuck around for a little bit.
What does that mean? Yeah, I think you could. I don't think there's any. I think about
I would love to show back up to that Chipotle.
Yeah.
Be like, what's up, bitch?
You're going purge style.
Purge is pretty cool.
You hear a nuke is coming and you go, I know where I need to go. And she's like, babe, don't leave.
Nah,
you're like, no.
you
Just show up to the Chipotle. You're like, remember me, motherfucker?
I'm back.
And then it's just like none of the employees
Nobody's
that were
there.
there. It's like the morning shift there. They're like, who the fuck are you?
There's that movie. There's that movie where the world is ending and they It's like, what the fuck is the Steve Carell movie? Have you seen that Steve Carell movie? They have a movie.
Maybe not.
Oh, it's a great fucking. What the fuck is it? Is it the end? It's the end of the fucking world. No, that's a TV show, the British TV show. That's also very good.
Yeah, that's a great show.
I love that show. What is this fucking whatever? There's a Steve Carell movie. And there's like 2 days left to live.
Evan Almighty.
No,
Oh,
no.
fuck.
And there's like 2 days left to live, and everybody just starts fucking everybody.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Seeking a friend for the end of the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yo,
I watched this
the
forever
ending
ago.
of this movie fucked me up.
Are you gonna say it?
I'm gonna say it.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler
Just in case
alert.
you haven't seen
Everybody
this movie.
dies at the end of the world movie, and
Yeah.
the ending. He's in the bed with the girl he met like 3 days ago, and she's like, "I just wish we had longer." And then he's like, "But we have right now." And then you see, poof, 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 and the fucking world explodes, and it's so like,
Aw.
I don't like shit like that.
No.
It makes me sad, dude.
If I knew.
That's such a. Imagine that was the last thing you said. She's like,
to some bitch you met
"To
3 days ago.
You could have said anything, and you go with a corny fucking.
She could have had chlamydia. You haven't even gotten symptoms yet.
Yeah,
you know what
dude.
I mean? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
We didn't have. I wish we had more time. We had right now.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, dude, I'm fucking. God's like,
Yeah.
yo, what the fuck was that?
God's like, I'm gonna replay it.
No, you're going to hell. That was
Peter,
gay.
Peter, put it up. Peter, put it up there.
They got a laughing track behind. Everybody's watching.
He's like, you said some corny shit like that. That was it.
You think you're getting in?
I think if for sure, I could not. I knew the world was going to end in 2 days. If I couldn't make it home to my family, and I just had to kind of tough it out, I am for sure shooting heroin. There's zero chance I'm not shooting heroin. I'm going to the pharmacy. I'm stealing all the I prefer Oxy. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to steal all the needles, and I'm going to fucking go so hard.
Here's another scenario.
Uh-huh.
You're involved in some type of criminal case that you will lose, and it's your last day of being a free man for 10 years. You shooting heroin?
10 years? Probably not.
15.
No, I don't think
20.
so, no, because then the thing about it is there are drugs in prison. You can get drugs in
Yeah,
prison.
that's true. You just have to.
I don't
fucking-
want to be on
They're a lot
top-
more expensive.
Yeah, they're a lot more expensive. They're way harder to get.
Here you just pay with money.
Yeah.
In there you don't get to pay with money.
Dude, I got a bad. Also, on top of my bad back, I have a bad jaw. Yeah, like I'm gonna be in there trying to work for fucking K2 out of an envelope.
What if it helped your back?
What if what? The drugs or the dick help my back? I start sucking dick in prison for K2 and fucking
And pain relief?
Yeah, pain relief, and all of a sudden I'm like,
Ah.
whoa, holy
whoa.
shit. I don't know if it's lifting bags of laundry or sucking dick, but something's better in here. Yeah.
Like those DIY like home remedies. It's like, for my bad back, I take two Tylenol a day. I suck Richard off in the shower.
Yeah. Talk about a fucking deal. If you're Richard.
Yeah.
Like bad back today. You see
That's
see somebody stand up and go, oh, and you go, yes. Fuck yeah, yes.
Gay for the stay.
Yeah.
I don't get the concept only because
Okay.
don't.
I can elaborate because I went to rehab. Listen, I know it's not prison, but I went to a male-only facility. There were female nurses. I was there for 60 days. I didn't do anything gay. There was no thought of doing something gay. My roommate was gay for a while. Like, it was not that. But in just 60 days, the intense level of horniness that you get to when you are just completely deprived from the option of sex is crazy. I was like jerking off, jerking off to like stories I read in a book. At one point, I went and got my hair cut, and I was going through the magazine, and there was a girl in like lingerie or like a bathing suit, and I tore it out and took it back and like jerked off to like something that you could see if you just like went to Barton Springs. Like it wasn't like, and that wasn't even at the end of the stay. That was midway through. That was like a month of not. And we had family weekend, and I had a girlfriend at the time, so she came down with my parents to do like. So I
Did
knew.
you guys sneak a suck in?
Yeah, we fuck. My parents knew what was up. They were like, we're gonna go get some food and we'll be back. And so I knew I was gonna get to fuck.
Yeah, sometimes.
And even then, the level of horniness was beyond. So imagine years.
Yeah.
You eventually go, I gotta feel a hole.
Yeah.
I gotta feel a hole. You know?
Yeah. I think the lesson to take away from this episode is sometimes you do got to sneak a suck in.
Sometimes you got to sneak a suck. Sometimes you got to feel a hole.
Sometimes you got to feel a hole. Sometimes there's loopholes. There's keys to the yard every goddamn episode.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys fucking okay. I don't know why I was gonna try to end aggressively like I was.
No, don't
Can you
do
please
that.
just, you guys, thank you so much if you're listening and you're still listening. You guys have been doing everything that we ask, which is very nice. You leave comments, which we appreciate. You
We
guys
love
leave.
that.
We read them all.
Yeah.
We might not respond to all of them, but I read
all.
them while I text and drive.
Whoever told me that they missed my hair, I told you I was going to have my hair out, but I didn't, and I'm sorry. I just feel like I let you down.
Jesus fucking Christ, man.
I know, dude. It's fucking fine.
What the fuck are you doing? I'm trying to fucking maintain this fucking ship.
Take
your fucking hat off.
Rate and
subscribe
and share it with your friends.
And then if there's a moment, by the way, too, since you're already here, if there was a moment that you're like, that was very funny, please tell us so I can like clip it or like to send somebody to fucking clip it. Also, that's it. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you next week. Bye bye. That was good.
Yeah, that was great, dude.